everyone. So as a reward for Tad last week hitting $300, I promised that I would read from my high school written Fight Club fan fiction entitled Where's My Mind?
Titled from the
Pixie
soundtrack.
song. Yeah. Where's My Mind?
Fight Club, because you know that there's nothing more anti-corporate than a multi-million funded movie about why it's horrible to have money.
So I just want to remind everybody that I was an edgy teen, and I have not read this aside from like a few lines. So
was it like you couldn't even read it?
No, I read just like I glossed over like snippets of it, and I was like, oh no, this is good. Like I want to save.
I found a poem when I was moving that I wrote when I was like 14.
Oh God.
About why the moon cries. Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. Where's My Mind? And I wrote this when I was like, I think 17 or 18.
Wow.
So, good
what
times.
color was your hair then?
I think it was just like regular.
Okay.
All right. And so this was to be the end. After chasing Tyler blindly for months, we stood face to face atop an abandoned high-rise in St. Louis. I have never been to St. Louis, by the way.
Wait.
I don't know why I picked St. Louis. Okay.
Wait, okay, who's talking?
This is the main character talking.
Wait, spoilers for Fight Club, by the way.
Yes.
They're the same person. So...
He half grinned and pointed his hand at me like he was pointing a gun. If I killed you right now, what would you wish you could have done with your life?
Wait, pointing it at Tyler Durden?
No, Tyler is pointing it at him.
Okay.
He's saying, if I killed you right now, what would you wish you could have done with your life?
Okay. Okay.
Okay. You gotta stay on my level, Mari.
I don't know which person is talking. I'm imagining.
Well, if you just pay attention.
Okay.
Don't pull this bullshit with me, Tyler. I take a step toward him menacingly, but he doesn't look scared. I'm not one of your skinhead monkeys. Tyler smirks. No, you're even better. Arrogant prick. I make a fist with my left hand and hold it out for him to see. The knuckles are capped with dried blood and the thumbnail is ripped off. But I could still punch you with it, I say.
What? It's hardcore, dude.
No, this is how like...
How did they lose their thumbnail? In a fight? In the club? Club?
I don't know. I would assume. Go ahead. He steps towards me like a batter stepping up to home plate, excited and anxious at the same time. I clench my jaw and draw my arm back, and everything else happens 5 times faster than it should. I'm looking up at the ceiling. There's a dull throbbing in my brain, and I can taste blood trickling around my teeth.
Is it because he punched himself?
I'm lying on cold concrete. Yeah.
Okay.
As the high-rise isn't finished. Tyler's face peers over at me, and he smiles. There's blood in his mouth, too, and some of it drips onto my forehead like water torture. He pulls me to my feet. You can never win, he says, not even if you kill me. We'll see, I mutter, but to this he replies, go ahead, it'll be a fun trip for you and I. I stare at him in angry confusion. Shut up, will you? Which is like...
God, shut up.
God, yeah, exactly. That's like, okay. Haha, what? I wrote haha.
Haha.
Haha. Why? He spreads his arms wide and backs away from me towards one of the empty floor-length windows. Don't you get it? I'm sick and tired of him fucking around like this, and I tell him so, but he just ignores me. He steps up onto the window ledge and looks over his shoulder at the street below. Look at them, he nods with satisfaction. They can't even see us up here. He turns to me again.
Because us enlightened men.
Yeah, because us, we're just above.
We rejected society.
No. So as I was reading through some of the other writing pieces that I have, pretty much everything is written to be aloof, but it's like so poorly written that it just comes off really cringy. So if you
Wait, what does aloof mean?
Like it's supposed to sound like means, so cool and like above it all and everything.
Oh, like you're a mysterious girl.
Yes.
Like, oh, this is my fan fiction.
But they're not written about me. Most of them are just written about like other people. But it's like everybody, it's like you can tell that I was trying so hard to write people that sound cool and did not do a good job.
Look at these people running around with their jobs.
Yeah.
Can you imagine when that movie came out? The whole complaint in the movie about, like, society was the fact that they had stable jobs and no, like...
I found an entire short story that was, like, 6 pages long. The whole thing is just 2 characters sitting in a parking lot smoking and talking about nothing.
That's what Fight Club originally was?
No, that was my short story. One of the short stories I found. Not this one.
You know, I feel like you should give yourself credit, because usually people just have them fuck.
There is no fucking in this one.
Why are we reading it?
He steps up onto the window ledge and looks over his shoulder at the... Oh, okay. What kind of a question is that? I spit contemptuously, crossing my arms. Answer the question, damn it, he yells at me, and I jump, but he keeps going. If no one ever sees you, then no one will miss you when you're gone. If no one even knows you're gone, he drops his voice conspiratorially, then you don't even exist. You're crazy. I turn to leave. Do you know what happens if I jump? I freeze where I am because something in my chest clenches like a warning as he says this. I pivot slowly on one foot and my eyes narrow. Don't you dare. But do you know what happens? He wants to know. No, Tyler, I have no fucking idea, I snap. You're lying, he roars. You just don't want to accept the truth. Get down from there, you sack of shit. I start towards him. He shuffles back slightly on the ledge. Not so fast. I stop and glare at him. What are you trying to accomplish here? He looks at me with eyes as wide as a doe's. And I did not write that correctly. I'm trying to make you understand something. What? It's not even a question because I'm not in the mood for another of his crazy games. Well, you're doing a shitty job of explaining it, whatever it is. We're not as different as you think, you know. Tyler shifts his weight from one foot to the other, kicking sand onto the clueless pedestrians below. I can't see his face very well in the fading twilight, but the blood in his mouth makes his teeth gleam like those of a deranged demon. No, Tyler, I say, we're very, very different. See, this is where you don't understand. He says this as though he pities me. I have the sudden urge to run up and push him and end all of this craziness, but he has piqued my curiosity. Tell me then. I settle back on my feet, arms crossed. Tell me how we're so similar. He shakes his head and says, almost to himself, No, you won't understand. I'm so sick and fucking tired of this, I scream at him. You act like you're God. Always you have these secrets to elevate yourself, to make you feel better than me, but you said it yourself, you're just like me. Without realizing it, I've walked right up to him and our faces almost touch. From here I can see he didn't bother to shave this morning, and his cheeks are coated with stubble. He smiles as if, yes, now I understand.
Being queer-baited.
Oh, no. They're the same person. That's really weird.
Is it? Because a lot of Fight Club's imagery was about unspoken homosexuality.
That definitely was not what I was going for here.
Maybe you felt it. Yeah, but what if that's what you felt?
I think that when I get to the end, you're going to understand that that's not what this is going towards.
Your gay core.
No.
Your gay core told you the truth.
He smiles as if, yes, I understand, and leans close to me. You didn't bother to shave this morning, I see. That's all it takes. Everything from the past few months I've been holding inside finally comes to a head. Tyler fucking Marla, Tyler using our basement as headquarters for Project Mayhem, Tyler getting me fired, Tyler getting my fired.
Tyler getting my fired.
Tyler getting my fired. Tyler blowing up my apartment with all my IKEA furniture. And now, Tyler taunting me with knowledge on the 15th floor of a St. Louis high-rise. He doesn't even try to stop me as I place both of my...
Wait, on the 15th floor?
15th is what it says.
And it's a high-rise?
Yeah.
You gotta dream bigger.
I don't know.
Sorry, 16-year-old
You know we're talking
Stacy.
about St. Louis, right?
Yeah, well, you know
It's
what?
not-
I'm gonna say that this fan fiction has both queer-baited me and been factually inaccurate.
He doesn't even try to stop me as I place both of my beaten hands on his bony shoulders and shove. In fact, I think I can hear him laughing like a maniac. Suddenly, I can feel air rushing past my ears. My pant legs are flapping noisily as I fall 15 stories to the ground below. As the sidewalk rushes up to meet me, I realize Tyler was right. We're exactly the same, him and I.
That was good. That was a good ending. I like it.
Yeah, like most of the things that I wrote when I was 17, it always ends with somebody dying. Or more likely somebody committing suicide.
I just fucked a dragon kings and my shit.
See, that's the funny thing is that, like, I have no, like, fan fiction that is happy or, like, sexual. Everything is, like, dark, depressing, like, existentialist.
You did have erotic friend fiction.
No, I wrote that when I was in, like, 6th grade.
It's still erotic friend fiction.
I know, but then I graduated beyond that.
Yeah, she's past, guys.
I'm past erotic friend fiction.
Erotic friend fiction. And now she's moved on to angsty. Okay.
They can't see him, though.
Yeah, okay, look. He just...
So, I hope you all enjoyed that journey into my 17-year-old psyche.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo. And thank you all so much for all of your support. We're gonna go record some videos now. Hey, focus.
I was thinking about finishing that Dragon Age erotic fan fiction I wrote.
Mm-hmm.
And how amazing it'll be.
Nothing is stopping you.
I know. And I will not grammar correct or spell check anything.
No.
Because the essence of fan fiction is the rawness, you know? Stacy and I have both... I always feel like the best fan fiction has, like, some typos and shit. Because the person is writing so furiously.
Because they're like, I have to get this all out before I forget it. Yeah.
Or just, like, they're feeling the emotions. And then, like, fuck editing it. They gotta... The world needs to know exactly how they think this character is gonna eat this other character's pussy. This exact way. Mm-hmm. Wonk. Like that.
So, anyways, that's all for us today. Yeah.
Good job.
Bye!
I like it. I think it's good writing for a 17-year-old.
Yeah, I mean, there's some other real garbage in there that I could pull out if
it
people want me to.
wasn't as bad as you made me think it was.
I didn't read it. I never told you it was going to be bad.
Yeah, you did. You said, I sent this to my friends, and they were like, oh my god. And you're like, duh, duh, duh. Now I'm really upset that it was a cohesive story. Like...
Oh, okay. I mean, you know that I was in a creative writing program.
Okay. I give 17-year-old Stacy credit
a tiny
for
bit
being
of credit.
A good... I didn't say a tiny bit. I was going to give you a lot of credit for being a creative writer when you were 17. I'm just disappointed that it didn't get...
Oh, like, you wanted it to be worse.
I wanted it to be bad, like mine. I want it to be... Like, what's the point?
Well, I appreciate that you liked it. I mean, I find it cringy, but...
Yeah, but that's because it's you.
That's true. I don't know.
It wasn't cringy enough. There should have been, I don't know, like...
I'll try and pull out a cringier one next time. I'm sure they're feeling really
when they were,
disappointed.
like, getting really close to each other's faces, maybe their lips caressed each other accidentally.
I didn't write anything like that.
I know. I'm giving you feedback so you can go back in time.
And make it cringier.
And make it better.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
I have a whole drive. I could probably pull some other stuff out of it. But I think a lot of it is just so, like, was so dark and depressing. Like, I didn't write about any of that stuff because I wasn't, like, I feel like that requires a certain amount of passion. And, like, the place that I always wrote from was depression. You know?
Right, yeah. So,
Yay.
you guys thought it was going to be funny, but it was just the Stacy's 17-year-old darkness. And if you don't understand her darkness, fuck you.
Oh my god.
Anyway, here's my MySpace page.
Okay. All right. I think we're good?
Yeah.
All right. Bye.